Hey YouTube, it's me, Kirby, and you're watching another video by Kirby Q. Today I'm going to be doing some ribs, but I'm going to be using some products that I received from Sauces and such. It's a local manufacturer, and so I thought I'd give some of his products a try. He's located out in Newport News, so he hit me up on Facebook, asked me did I need any product. So I purchased everything that I'm going to be trying. So this is going to be me trying out some of his stuff. I purchased some chicken brine from this particular manufacturer before, but I never used it. So it's still sitting in my room. I don't know what's the expiration date on that stuff, but I bought the rub. Hold on for a second. Let me get it because it's off camera. But I bought his 12-finger dry rub right here, and of course I have a close-up for it, and his Wild Wild West barbecue sauce, sweet and tangy citrus. So I'm going to be giving these a try, and he also has a apple glaze spritz that I'm going to be using to spritz the ribs throughout the process. So I got my ribs trimmed up. They were a full spare, but I trimmed them down to the St. Louis cut. And if you're not familiar with how to trim ribs down to a St. Louis cut, I have an iCard pen taking you to my video showing you how to trim a full spare down to a St. Louis cut. All right, with that being said, let's go ahead and get the ribs prepped. Oh, I do want to add one other thing. Now, on one slab of the ribs, I'm going to use his rub directly. On the other one, I'm going to put a salt and pepper base to it. This is a seasoning that Snake River Farms sent out on my last purchase of a brisket. So I just want to try that. Have a salt and pepper base first. I usually like to have a salt pepper base on SPG base on my meats, and then with what other rubs I'm going to go with. And of course, it's always great if you just go with SPG on any meat, chicken, ribs, brisket, pork, whatever. So all right, all that being said, let's get ready to go into the cook. But before we do that, got to give a shout out to this week's sponsor, ThermoPro. Hey YouTube, I'm proud to announce that I am a ThermoPro ambassador. The temperature difference between a juicy piece of chicken and a dry piece of chicken can be as much as 10 degrees. Therefore, you want to ensure that you're getting accurate readings when you're tempering your meats. Therefore, you want to ensure that you have a thermometer that's going to give you those temps. ThermoPro provides you great products, and they have great warranties and customer service. And also, when you use the KirbyQ10 promo code in the description box below, you can get 10% off of your ThermoPro product when you order it online. So click on the description box below and order you a ThermoPro thermometer and get 10% off of your order. I'm thankful to be a ThermoPro ambassador, and check out their products on their website. All right, so let's get ready and season these ribs up. Okay, like I said, here are my ribs. I'm gonna go ahead and hit them with some spray as a binder. Should already had this opened up, but on my one rib, let's go ahead and put down the salt, pepper, garlic mixture. And I'm gonna put a toothpick in it to help me identify which is which. All right, that's good enough on that one, on that side. And this is a pretty coarse rub. Got some big chunks of red pepper flakes in it and stuff for his 12-finger rub. And what I may also do is as a finishing rub is maybe ground some of it down into a powder. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Go ahead and ground some of it down into a powder to finish it off when we set the glaze, and see how that does. Okay. Now, I'm guessing with the big red pepper flakes, this might have a little bit of a kick to it, but we'll see. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pat that in. Go ahead and spray this side. SPG on this one. All right. And then let's go ahead and fry the rub. All right. Okay, that's it. I'm gonna let these sweat for a little while. I'm gonna go ahead and get the gateway set up. I'm cooking them on the gateway today. And hold on, before I forget, let me get the toothpick. Okay. So, toothpick on this end without SPG, toothpick on this end with SPG. All right, excuse me, indigestion. I'm gonna go ahead and let these sweat for a minute. Now, I don't know what his purpose for this particular rub is, but as you can, but initially there's not a whole lot of color setting in on it, but we'll see what the end product is. Initially there's not, if it's, I don't know if this particular rub is meant to just be as a base rub or as a total rub, but we're gonna find out. We're gonna see. All right, I know it's a big old chunk or something. Okay, all right, YouTube, I'm gonna go ahead and get the gateway up to snuff. All right, YouTube, I got the gateway up to temp. I want to give a shout out to my man Matt for showing me this little trick. Ever since he told me about it and I've been using it, it's been working for me and helping me regulate the temp in my gateway, because I always used to get wide fluctuations with it. But he doesn't use a water pan, and I hope I'm not giving away a big secret, Matt, but he just takes an empty pan like this, puts a piece of foil on it, and puts it on the grate, and he uses that as his heat sink. And ever since I've been doing it that way, it's been helping me. This thing doesn't fluctuate as much since I've done it that way. All right, I got the dampener set. I'm gonna go ahead and go get my ribs out and get them on here. I'll be right back. Okay, YouTube, I just didn't like how naked these things was looking. So on this one that has the Snake River Farms SPG on it, I also added some of Malcolm Reed's The Barbecue Rub. Since that one, since this rub really doesn't have a lot of, it doesn't have a really distinctive flavor to it, I went with that one. So hopefully the the sauce and such rub still came through, and this one was just looking kind of sparse, so I added just a little bit more onto it. All right, let's go ahead and get them on a gateway. Let's pull out some. These are some catering ribs. All right, they all alone. Let me bring you in, let you see. All right. Go and shut her down before my heat get out of whack. Get my damper right. All right, normally it takes me about, cooking ribs on this, about 2.5 hours. Maybe it might run 3 since I'm maxing out the space on it. So in about an hour or so, I'm gonna come back and start spritzing. I'm gonna spritz all the ribs with his apple glaze spritzer, and do it about every hour after that. Okay, YouTube, I gotta get the other drum lit up. I got some chicken wings I gotta do also for a catering job. So I might grill those just to make it go faster. Yeah, I'll probably grill those. All right, just talking to myself. All right, YouTube, I'll be back in an hour. Okay, YouTube, here is the glaze, sorry, the spritz that he used. I've been calling it the wrong thing. It's the candy apple shine is what it is, and it's time to spritz the ribs. Let's go ahead and get a gander of what we got here. I did do a rotation since the last time we spoke, so let's get this. All right, I'm gonna set that down and we'll shut her down, let her continue to roll. All right, so that's the only time I'm gonna show it spritzing. Turn my camera around. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish letting it go until it's time to wrap. I'm not my wrapping, I'm just gonna put them in butcher paper. I'm not doing nothing special with it. Put them in butcher paper. I'm gonna throw them back on, let them finish cooking. Then I just bring you guys back for the final taste test on them. All right, I'll see you for you a few seconds. For me, probably another hour and a half to go. All right. Okay, YouTube, now it's the moment of truth. This is the rack of ribs with just the 12 finger rub on it. That's it, nothing else. This one has some SPG, the 12 finger rub, and some Malcolm Reed's Killer Hog, the barbecue rub on it. And some of his sauce. I'm gonna give it a good shake up. Move the toothpicks. And we want to sauce both sides of the rib. And that's Joanne washing dishes in the back. So pay no attention to that man behind the curtain. Now let's see what his Wild Wild West barbecue sauce is supposed to be, sweet and tangy. Let you get a good gander at that. Okay. A good gander at the rub. All right. Well, it looks kind of thick. And pour it. You know, typically I would go ahead and let the glaze set on these, but I'm just gonna go ahead and roll with it as is today. Looks like it has some large bits of onion and maybe some kind of fruit in it. Babe, give me that knife. The big knife. Yeah. Thank you. Hey YouTube, I don't know what happened to my microphone at this part of the video. I guess the signal must have dropped between it and the cell phone, but anywho, as you can see, I'm putting on the sauce, and the sauce appeared to have some type of bits in it, some type of fruit or maybe onions or something in it, in the sauce overall. And normally, as I shared earlier, I probably would have put it back on the smoker and let the sauce set, but it was getting kind of late in the day, so I decided just to go ahead and run with the base coat like this, just to go ahead and sauce it and go ahead and give it a taste test like that. So that's what I did right here. I'm just finishing basting my ribs up. Apologize for my shoulder being in a shot of the camera. Cutting out a few pieces of the rib so we can go ahead and sample it and see to pick out a few samples from each slab. Let's see how the rub and the sauce takes together. And what I probably should have done, hindsight being 2020, is maybe had a section of the rib that had no sauce on it whatsoever. But anywho, I just went on ahead and tried it, and there you can see the rib was moist. It was a nice moist rib, had a good moisture content to it. I thought both ribs was pretty moist. And there's my first bite, and this is from the slab where it was just the 12-finger rub by itself. And I'm tasting it, looking for the taste of it. The tenderness was pretty good. It had a pretty good bite on it. Thought my tenderness was spot on for it. And I'm just trying to pick up the notes, what kind of flavor profile is really coming through on it. And for me, on the rub by itself slab, it didn't wow me. It didn't do too much for me. So that's what I'm sitting there now, just to really trying to taste and see what flavor is. It wasn't too savory, it wasn't too sweet. It was just sort of I would say it was just an okay rib. It had nothing really distinct about it. And the rating I would have gave it, if it was at a KCBS competition and that rib came across my judging mat, I would have gave that particular rib a 6. I would have rated as a 6 on the KCBS standard. And so that's what that. So now I'm getting ready to try the other slab where we have I'm going to try. Now this one is the SPG from Snake River Farm. is the 12 finger rub and some of Malcolm Reed's the barbecue rub. So my expectation was that this one would have a little bit more of the flavor that I was looking for out of the rib. Again, the tenderness was where I wanted it. It had some had the tenderness that I was looking for. The moisture had some good moisture in it. But this one too, also as far as flavor profile, just wasn't. There was nothing real distinctive about it. It wasn't savory. It wasn't too sweet or anything like that. It was just a really kind of flat tasting rib. Again, with both slabs, I think if they came across my judging plate at a KCBS comp, I would have gave it a 6. On a judging score between 9 to 3, I would have gave it a 6. But that was basically it. My overall thoughts and review of the package that I bought that day, was that I probably would not buy this again. I wasn't too impressed with the rub. I wasn't too impressed with the sauce. The sauce didn't wow me. The rub didn't wow me. Maybe the spritz may have done a good job of adding a little bit of moisture to the rib, helping the rib retain some moisture during the cook. But overall, it was just a flat tasting rib to me. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring this to a close now. Again, I apologize. I don't know what happened to the original. I don't know how the mic lost connection or whatever in the original video, but I'm gonna go ahead and bring it to a close. And if you like what you saw, give me a thumbs up. Be sure to hit the notification bell so you'll be notified every time I upload a video. And thanks for watching. And ladies and gentlemen, light your pits, fire for effect. God bless. All right, I'm out.